I want to tell you about this system that I've got set up here, because if you're anything like me and having to go down to the hardware store just to get 1 or 2 bolts kind of gets a little bit frustrating after a while when you use all these sort of things all the time. So I like to keep a few on hand, a few of the things that I know that I'm going to use a lot of. For instance, you know, I've just kind of itemized it to stuff that I will know that's in those particular boxes, and they're all itemized as in like they're compartmentalized little boxes. So for that one, for instance, I can just grab it, take it out to the job that I'm working on, if it's something in the garage or if it's something somewhere else, might be at the back of the house or at somebody else's place. I can just grab a few of these and put them in my car, and then off I go to the job. And I know that I'm going to have roughly what I kind of need. But it's cool having all of these different sizes and everything. However, some of these are just a little bit too big for the smaller things that you get. If you buy things like this in little kits, they come with a whole bunch of different sizes. Much like this. I've just recently purchased some grommets, so you know, having grommets like this, different sizes, you know, you don't really need a massive tray like this, so having something that's a little bit smaller would be better. And as I found these little guys for like $5 each, and they've got, I think there's like 20 little compartments, which is perfect because I worked out that most of these little components that I'm getting, there's not usually any more than 20, and if there is, you can, I guess, you know, put them in a bag and put them in one of the other ones anyway. So I guess the first step now is, I guess after tidying up my bench and getting a bit of room here, is just pretty much put all these things in these containers, and then I'll have, I guess, a system. So as you saw, I ended up doing this finger relief, chopping these little sections out so that I could easily get the drawers in and out, because I could foresee this happening, and I'd be struggling to get it out. I could have probably left them out like this, or even chopped this section all the way back, so had that sitting back a little bit further, which could have done the same thing. I just wanted to do it like that because I think it looks neater, and I ended up using those offcuts, as you saw, as the stop for these, so that they have something to hit into at the back, and that would save me having to put an entire back piece on it. So that's it, she's all complete. Hopefully that was helpful, hopefully you got something out of that, and hope it gets you a little bit more organized in your garage if you do decide to build one of those things. Today marks the 2nd year of me being on Patreon, so an anniversary of sorts, and I'd like to do something kind of cool for that, which I'll explain a little bit further into the video. But for anyone who may not understand what Patreon is, I'm going to give the simplest explanation as I possibly can for it, because I had the misconception of what it was before I started as a creator. Patreon is for people that want more from their creators, like myself. People that are putting out regular content, but it's not enough for them, they want more. And they want exclusive stuff as well. So my patrons pay anywhere from $1 to $5 or whatever a month, and they get exclusive content from me. I get them involved in some of the things that I'm working on, stuff that I can't quite get edited and put onto the channel just yet. So I get them involved in the building of that, or creating of those processes, or colors choices, and they see these things before they even get to the channel. These guys get to see behind the scenes, which is really cool. I also give my Patreons early access to some of the videos that I do. So things that I guess I've edited ahead of time, I'll post it onto my Patreon page and let them get to see it before anyone else. So I'm also looking at doing some giveaways for my Patreons only, and I'm getting them involved in that process of actually trying to decide what that is. Something along the lines, maybe even something that I build myself and personalize and give it to my patrons in that respect and send it out to them. I'm not sure how I'm gonna set that up, but I'm getting to that point where I'm getting to a size where I would like to do that and give back even more to my patrons. So that is the most basic way I can explain what Patreon is. It's exclusive content from us because they just can't quite get enough, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do to celebrate this is I'm gonna do a Ask Me Anything video, and I'm gonna get you to ask all of your questions in the comments below, and all of the answers to those are gonna be made in an exclusive video and posted only on my Patreon page. So anybody who wants to or considers becoming a Patreon is gonna have access to all of those answers, including all of the existing posts that I've already put on Patreon page, and they're gonna get access to the giveaways, which are gonna be coming exclusive for my Patreons as well. So I look forward to reading your questions. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.